The way I grew up musically was because my father was a composer. He put me on to Western classical music, and I grew up with Indian folk music in a way. So I have a bit of everything. So because the way you think in India is a tune goes like tu bole. So you can't do that in English. It'll sound very corny. At the same time, when you do an English song, it sounds beautiful with just 4 chords. And so these are the cultural sensibility changes which I had to go through. And over time, you kind of mature and try to find a spot which is your kind of expression. And in a way, I think that's what is happening now. Everything dries up and then your own voice comes out. I worked with Danny Boyle before on Slumdog Millionaire, and Danny sent me the script of 127 Hours. And of course I was interested because it's a great team and a great story. So then I read the script and started a couple of tune templates and stuff. Then I watched the movie after it was filmed, the very first rough edit, and started scoring. I was thinking of different directions on it. One is the normal kind of thing where you have a theme and you develop. Once I saw the movie along with him, then I realized that it needs more a driving force and not something which would drown the movie. Sometimes you have a theme and it just drowns and makes it very sad and self-sympathizing and all this stuff. So he went against it. This is a guy who's got a lot of courage and still he doesn't give up and he's still fighting for it. And that's the kind of emotion we wanted to give it. There's a great scene where the father shows the son. It's a beautiful sunrise. There's a sound which I used from one of the synths called Omnisphere, which Danny loved. And he said, oh, this is the sound of the sun. I love it. So we initially had a very keyboard guitar kind of a sound. Then I decided to have an acoustic guitar version for the CD. And then I played it to Danny and said, no, this is the version I want for the movie. So he then used it for that version for the movie. There are certain things which surprise us, like when I did the song with Dido and wrote the melody and she sang it. We were doing another song for our album, and so I said, would you be interested in doing a song for this movie? And she said yes in the email, and we collaborated and finished it almost in 2 hours. What happened was I'd done the temp voice and I played it to Danny, and Danny said, I love it. I said, no, let's have Dido. And then when I recorded her fully, he said, no, where's your voice? I said, no, my voice is not supposed to be there. It's just a temp. No, I want your voice. So what I did was I used in the verse, and I used my voice as a chorus. And then in the end, again, the same thing. With the lyrics, I did the same thing. It's probably the first English song I've sung, a full-fledged English song with Dido as a duet. I think each process is interesting. But of course, the first process is where you initialize, you create it. When you're writing and nobody's judging it and it's just for you, you're free to do anything in the world, and whatever expression comes, you feel that it's coming from the universe and from the sublime. I feel that I believe in divinity a lot, and that's the kind of source of inspiration I get.